No, not at all.
Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it because we are welcoming back the one, the only Cary Deuber.
Hey, how are you?
And listen, you're right where I left you last time, back in your closet, Cary. I literally, when I was like, I wonder if she's going to be back in the closet again.
I love my closet because I can lock out my family. Like there's bolts on these doors. Plus this time I rotated the view actually. So it's like the other end of my closet just for, a little bit of variety.
Just to give the people some shoe envy, right?
Yeah. Who doesn't love some good shoes? It's a good background.
Well, listen, I have to start by saying congratulations. Lemon Plastic Surgery has opened their first out-of-state office in Atlanta.
Yes. Yeah, we have a Lemmon Avenue Atlanta now. So it's super exciting.
Lemmon Avenue is in the house. That's no easy feat, right?
No, it's huge. I can't believe how much, it's all paid off. It's funny how you look back at your life and you're like, you take all these different steps and work toward all these different goals. And then you don't have any clue where it's going to go. And this has just been amazing to go through this process and start it as, I've been a nurse for 25 years and just been grinding it out,
Wow. And you're offering all the same services you offer in Dallas: injectables, filler, threads. These are all music to my ears, Cary.
Yeah. Yeah. So in Atlanta, Lemmon Avenue, Atlanta, we have injectables, threads, filler. We're still, in the process. Mark operates only in Dallas. So he has a Georgia license. So we go there, and I actually have injected in Atlanta because I have a compact state license. So I inject there too. So it's great.
I saw you were in Atlanta. I saw you at the opening. You're going to be making appearances every few weeks, guest appearances in the Atlanta Lemmon Avenue Plastic Surgery.
Yes. Yeah. And then I get to, it's fun because it's interesting to see, different patients in different walks of life in different parts of the world. You know what I mean? Because everybody's different and it's really great learning for me.
Have you found, like people always say, like, I'm in New York and LA, what they want is so different. Have you found differences between Dallas and Atlanta of what people want in their injectables and procedures?
I feel like Dallas and Atlanta are pretty comparable. Like, the markets are pretty comparable. I do think that I draw a certain kind of patient, which is nice because I draw somebody who's similar to me and like wants to look natural and, look age appropriate and, just look beautiful in their 40s. And so I found that kind of anywhere I go, that's what follows me. And I've just been so blessed with that.
Well, I have many more questions related to Lemmon Avenue Plastic Surgery because I am an injectables. I've never met an injectable I don't like.
You haven't done any?
No, I've done like everything. Botox, Dysport. I have it all, honey. But it's like, I think, like I get filler in my cheeks. So we're going to talk about, I've got some questions, but before we get there, because people, don't realize you have 20 years as a nurse. This is your day job. You never left your day job when you were on Housewives. Lemmon Avenue Plastic Surgery has always been there. When you look back on your Housewives career, it was a slice of your life. Like, what does that seem like yesterday? It was only 4 years ago. Does that seem like another lifetime? Like it does to me?
Does. It seems like a complete another lifetime. Here's my child behind me. Sorry, asking where her cheer shoes are. Honey, they're in your closet. Yeah, they are. They are. They're
you can help her if you want.
Cheer thing.
We have had many a child, many a dog, many a cat on this podcast.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. So I've been a mom for, she's turning 10 next week. So there you have it. But yeah, I've been all through Housewives. I worked. It was hard, I will say, because we filmed, like 30, 40 hours a week. And then I was working on top of that and being a mom. So, it was definitely it was tough. It was even more of a grind. But I feel like now I've just thrown all of that time into Lemmon Avenue, which has been great. Because obviously the Housewives platform is fantastic. It's an amazing platform. And especially if you have a real business. So it's just been great for me.
How would you, if you had to just top line sum up your Housewives experience, like what words come to mind of those several years in your life?
You know what? I would say lucky. I actually would. Now, 5 years ago, I wouldn't have. But like now having perspective, I feel like I was lucky to have been on it, lucky to have gotten off with, I mean, everybody saw who I really am. And I don't think, I never like gave into, being something I'm not, or gave into any production stuff or anything like that, and was really true to myself. And so
it's like enough time has gone by that you cross that line where you're like, wow, this was a slice of life, and I still have my real life.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to have had it because it's helped me build my brand. And it really has been a great thing for my life. Now, it was really hard going through it,
Do you regret anything about it? I mean, it would be natural if you did.
I mean, there's always certain things that, you say or do that, I don't ever like to be, I always want to be the best version of myself, and I never want to be mean to people. And I always give people the benefit of the doubt. And I think that, at some point you just get kind of lost in it. And there's definitely, I mean, I was sad that I said some things about Leanne's husband I probably shouldn't have. And, oops, just being mean and just being a bee, which I'm normally not that way. But, when you get so pissed off, you just can't, you're like, fuck it. Everybody else is being horrible. You get in that mentality, and like that, that's the only part I didn't like.
Well, listen, if you said a few mean things about Leanne's husband, she did say a few things about your husband. So,
well, and that was obviously, I was like retaliating, like, okay, if you're going to make up stuff, I can make up stuff too. But,
yes. Yes. And yes. Well, listen, there's been so much that's happened since you were here last. Like RHOD is off the air now.
I know.
Right? I mean, look, there's been so much that's been said about why it ended. The end of an era. Like, listen, you could say whatever you want, but the bottom line is the show goes off the air because the ratings are not great. Like, why do you think it is? Just, you've lived in Dallas for so long. Like, what do you think it is about RHOD that just didn't catch on like the other franchises?
I think casting was a problem. I think just Dallas, it's hard. I don't know. First of all, I think that it wasn't given enough publicity on the front end. Like, we shot this beautiful commercial season 1. It was gorgeous, and you never really saw it. And it just didn't really get a whole lot. Like, people didn't even know. People still are like, oh, there was a Real Housewives of Dallas. I mean, like it was like it didn't exist. And I never really understood that, because obviously they're putting money into it and want it to be successful. So there just wasn't enough push, I don't think, network wise. And I'm not sure why.